So, what is our first story?
Okay, so our first story is brought to you by CBS News. Oh, also sponsored for this episode, the Pink Rose, which is my jewelry store. This beautiful rose necklace. Catch us at the Girl Tribe pop-up April 8th. Culture of Life 1972, they have cute clothes and jewelry, Garnu, organic tampons, American Woman Beauty, makeup, Living in Light Co., cute t-shirts as well. Okay, so this next story is brought to you by CBS News, and here we go. So who is Shou Zi Chew, and what to know about the TikTok CEO testifying before Congress?
Ooh,
I'm going to call him Chew because
Yeah.
I cannot pronounce everything else. Chew, the CEO of TikTok, faced a panel of federal lawmakers Thursday and sought to calm their concerns about the social media platform due to its ties to China and possible security risk that could arise as a result. So who is Chew? Chew was born January 1983 in Singapore, completed mandatory military service for the Singaporean government as a teenager, and then moved to England to enroll in the University College London. It's called University College. Here, like, university and colleges are separate anyway. After earning a bachelor's degree in economics, he then landed a job as an investment banker for Goldman Sachs in London. So why is Chew appearing before lawmakers? Chew is facing intense questioning before the U.S. House Committee on Energy and Commerce as a possible ban of TikTok is gaining momentum in Washington. The hearing Thursday centers on TikTok's consumer privacy and data security practices, how the platform affects children, and its relationship with the Chinese Community Party, or CPC, according to the committee. I'm going to say that again.
Communist Party, not Community Party.
Oh, communist. Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. They would not like me doing that. So I'm going to say that little section again, just because I know people are like, well, why are we talking about this? This is the reason. The consumer privacy and data security practices, how the platform affects children, and its relationship with the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. National security experts have warned that TikTok, which has 150 million American users, could be used to spy on Americans or as propaganda tool by the Chinese government. Advocates for banning the app in the U.S. said that TikTok's China-based parent company, ByteDance, could be forced to share user data with the CCP. TikTok has already been banned on federal government devices. I can confirm this is true, including military devices. The Justice Department is investigating ByteDance for possibly spying on U.S. citizens, including journalists, CBS News confirmed last week. ByteDance said in a statement that it, quote, strongly condemned the actions of those involved and they were no longer employed by the company. Interesting. Privacy experts have stressed that there is no evidence that TikTok has shared data with the Chinese government, nor that its data collection is more invasive than that of many American apps such as YouTube, Instagram, or dating and shopping apps. However, TikTok's status as a Chinese-owned company makes some national security experts nervous. So what has Chew said to lawmakers so far? Chew told the House panel that TikTok is building, quote, what amounts to a firewall that seals off protected U.S. user data from unauthorized foreign access, end quote, including the establishment of a new corporate entity to oversee the handling of U.S. user data. He also assured lawmakers that TikTok's approach has, quote, never been to dismiss or trivialize concerns about unwanted foreign access to U.S. data and potential manipulation of the TikTok U.S. ecosystem. Today, U.S. TikTok data is stored by default in Oracle's servers. Only vetted personnel operating in a new company called TikTok U.S. Data Security can control access to this data. Chew said TikTok plans to take American user data and send it to an independent American board for review. He added, quote, the bottom line is this. American data stored on American soil. He added, quote, the bottom line is this. American data stored on American soil by an American company overseen by American personnel, end quote. Okay.
I'm not buying it. I feel like, of course, the CEO of TikTok is going to try to say there is nothing to be concerned by. Um, the fact that the fact that TikTok is owned by a Chinese company, ByteDance or ByteDance, whatever, is concerning. No matter what Chu says, like the Chinese government, by having access to the app, creates a very serious issue. Unlike YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, which, yeah, they do steal a lot of information. Yeah, you better believe they're recording your conversations you have late at night with your friends or your husband
If you
or
have
your mom.
an echo, like your privacy is gone.
Yeah.
You have an echo in your house.
Exactly. And so the fact that it's that plus the Chinese government, I mean, it's really, really scary. And so not only can China use the app for propaganda purposes, but their government has been known to collect like a lot of very invasive personal data that people don't give them permission to access. Additionally, like the degree to which China censors is crazy. Like you think you're censored on Instagram, you think you're censored on Twitter. No, like China freaking censors. And so anything that remotely goes against the Communist Party is immediately taken down and replaced with propaganda. Michael Daniel, former security coordinator at the U.S. Security Council, has said it's possible that TikTok creates a bridge which gives the Chinese government access to anything on your microphone or your camera, whether or not you're recording.
Oh my.
So I'm just like not buying that it's totally an innocent thing, and it's why I don't have TikTok.
Wow. Okay. 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 I have a lot to say.
Mm-hmm.
First, I'll talk about my evolution of this topic coming up. I was a late adapter to TikTok. I do have a TikTok, and I do try to post clips. So, LOL, this section will not be going on TikTok. I do try to post clips because I'm, trying to get as many people to listen to the podcast as possible.
Yeah.
So I was a late adopter because I was like, oh, another app. Why do we have to have another app? And I don't know. I never really care. Like, I know a lot of people are like, TikTok. Like, if it's taken down, okay. It'd actually be easier for me. One less, social media to put out. And I can focus more on like, okay, where is our audience?
Yeah.
That's really what I care about. Like we say in the intro, we're changing culture. So, less places to change culture, the better. So, TikTok, I don't really care. So I don't care either way. Like, it didn't really, I didn't think twice about it, really. I was just kind of like, okay, if it's up, it's up. If it's down, it's down. So, then my evolution, learning more about, why exactly they're thinking of taking it down. Because at first I thought it was just because of children's self-esteem, which I agree. But if that's the case, let's also take down Instagram. Let's,
Literally.
YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a couple other places we can take down.
Yeah.
And then learning more about the national security aspect. And I'm not going to share how I know, but if you know me personally, or if you're, in any way intuitive to what I'm talking about, I do know that you cannot have TikTok on any device that is connected to the federal government. They sent out a memo. It's a big thing. So once again, I was just kind of like, okay, they're probably just making a bigger deal out of it. And then I started thinking more in this context. So, fun fact, my last year in college, I went to China for 10 days with my school. And I was in an international relation program. So it was only us international relation kids that were allowed to go. So only us, they called us Diplos because it was technically diplomacy and international relations. Anyway, so only us Diplos. So, I'm excited. I've never been to China. Longest plane ride ever, on the plane, okay, land, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm in China. So sorry, I'm the queen of tangents, but also this girl I went to high school with was there the same time I was there, so we ended up meeting up. That's just a random,
Wow, small world.
Literally small world. We're on the other side of the world, and I posted, and she was like, are you in China? I was like, yeah. What city? I was like, Shanghai. She's like, Oh my god, I'm in Shanghai right now too. Anyway, so that's beside the point. So, I'm landing, so I'm giving you guys this whole thing. So we're all Diplo students, a reminder. So our professor is a Christian, which is really cool because you guys know what's going on with anyone with religion and all in China. So he's a Christian, and me and him got like super close on the trip because like it was a lot more walking than and honestly, he ever thought too. So we kind of like walked in the back together, and like he was just like a fun, goofy dad. I hope he's doing well. So, and he was so goofy. Like I could not think of anyone else who was just goofy. I can't think of any other way to describe him. So, so this goofy professor, we go in and we are able to meet with, they told us they were leaders of the CCP. Looking back, I don't know if they were like the top leaders, but we went and spoke with government officials. Whoa. You guys. Okay, so let me tell you a couple things that happened on this trip. Okay, so, and, I'm telling you the full truth, the honest to God truth. So we go in, we sit at this round table. Maybe I'll post some pictures of us sitting at the table. And I don't even remember the question I asked, but I was like, I have to say something. But so, we're asking questions. They're saying stuff. Someone asked a question. I don't remember the exact question, but the exact wording. But the purpose of the question was like, so why are you guys trying to be like a superpower? Like something like that. And they said it in not such a bold face. And they were like, oh no, we're not. And we're all looking like, okay, then why are you doing everything possible to be the world's superpower? Like, oh no, we're not. We're just expanding. Because I don't know if you guys know, they are doing a lot of work in Africa. Africa is a very untapped resource. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. They're doing a lot of stuff in Africa. Like, just look into it and look into bridges that they're like literal bridges they're building in Africa. Anyway, so someone asked about that. So I didn't know all of this stuff about China because that wasn't my region that I studied or anything like that. So I didn't know too much about that. But I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then we went to you guys know Alibaba, right? Alibaba, the website. Well, the creator of that, is Jack Ma. That's his name. So we went to the headquarters. We could not use cameras. I kid you not. It was like a scene from Iron Man, where like the text kind of comes out. The technology was just so advanced. It like came out of like the screen or whatever. It was just like and it's like doing all this stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And we couldn't record it or take pictures or anything. So Jack Ma didn't come talk to us, but like some of his like higher ups came and talked to us just about like, oh, what do they do? What exactly is Alibaba? Alibaba, for those that don't know, is the Chinese version of Amazon that's way bigger than Amazon. Like, we think Amazon is huge because, like, we're Americans and we think we're better. You guys, Alibaba is just, look into Alibaba. Anyway.
Okay.
So also that's how I've, like, learned and found out. So, the company, when you have a company in the US, it's typically like your company. Well, in China, it's your company until the government buys it or until you sell it to the government or something like that. And essentially what they did, like what Jack Ma did, he did like somehow he has some sort of contract or whatever with the government. He can control the traffic lights. And that's what I just cannot get out of my head. So, and this is how they spun it. Okay, it's an ambulance that needs to get through. He can change the traffic lights real quick to make sure the ambulance can go through, that it's a green light instead of a red light, blah, blah, blah. But like just thinking about how companies, so in the US, we try really hard to have like private companies have nothing to do with the government. Like, we try really hard to make sure that they're separate. And in China, kind of like what Freeman was saying, they try to keep them together as much as possible. Like, the American dream is to have your own separate entity of a multi-billion-dollar business. That's the American dream. Whereas China is like to create a business and then the government come in, sweep in, and like you work together with the government to have everybody participate in your business. And that's essentially what Alibaba did. And I think that is essentially what people are afraid of that is going to happen with TikTok. So now I am more concerned. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not so concerned that I'm going to delete TikTok right away. But I'm concerned enough to, to think
Keep an
more
eye out.
about it.
Yeah, keep an eye out for it. And also, like, I would love to know if you ever get like a weird ad pop up, like an anti-Taiwan ad or something like that.
Oh, I don't even think about that.
So try to keep an eye out because since I don't have one, obviously I can't see it, but I would
Yeah.
love it if like someone from the inside can look into it.
I also, and I will say this, like, if I'm gonna, so I post on TikTok and then I max spend 20-15 minutes on TikTok. Like, TikTok is not my main social media. Like, if you're like, oh, Mallory, you need to take a break, that'd be Instagram. But like TikTok, I just don't feel that way. I think because I like funny stuff, and I'm trying to, like, I need to follow more funny people. Sometimes it's like too like influencery, which is funny because like my Instagram is more influencery. But if I'm gonna watch a video, I want you to make me laugh, and if you're not making me laugh in the first like 10 seconds, next. So like
Yeah.
I'm not on TikTok as much. But I don't think I've ever gotten anything about Taiwan, but that could just be, it could have been subliminal and I didn't really realize it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So let me see if there's anything else to add. Okay, you guys just look out for what's going to happen next with TikTok.
Yeah.